Good evening, Ruskin enjoyers. I hope you're alright, 'cause it's time for the abnormal barders. I'd show you the time, but Microsoft changed the time for some reason. Great update. Anyway, so yes, we have 8 abnormal skins to chase after tonight, and what we're going to do is we're going to figure out prices right now, and then of course when they become marketable, race to put those barders down as soon as possible, and hopefully you'll pick these up for some lovely cheap prices and sell them for some sweet delicious profit in the future. Simple as. I should also point out I'm using my brand new account today. Say hello to Hal. He has absolutely no barders. He has only sold 2 Counter-Strike things, and in the future a very special video will be dedicated to explaining this account. But back over to here. I'm here to talk about these skins. I'm here to figure out prices. So shall we jump in? Now, before we do that, I should point out that, of course, with every Saturday, I do my 48-hour analysis. And my estimates for the sales for all the skins, well, I thought the Garage Store was going to do between 20 to 23,000 subscribers. The Thompson, 18 to 21,000 subscribers. They are the top 2 selling skins, and I can confirm to you that, yes, 21,600 and 19,800 almost. They are basically smack dab in the middle. So, okay, that's fine. You know, they've matched up to the expectation. Could they still potentially be profitable and whatnot? We shall see. But let's get started then. Let's focus talking about the Not Friendly Clan Garage Door, for example. Now, I'm just going to be very quick with this, all right? That is a perfectly fine, cool-looking design, you know, for a clan that just doesn't want to be... I'm not here to be your friend. I'm here to be your enemy, and I shoot last. So, okay, that's a very cool idea, and I'm not surprised to see it sold quite nicely. Is it going to retain its value? I highly doubt it. So just to show you this real quickly, all the garage doors that we have had so far in 2025, they are down bad. They are so they are down so bad that it's getting a bit sweaty here. Ooh. So, okay, at the beginning of the year, we had the Mystic Tree garage door, very cool looking design, only down by 13%. That's like the only one good garage door that hasn't performed super badly. Like down 47, down 46, down 52, down 73 from $3 to 81 cents, down 45, down 65, down 61, down 44. So by default, I can't help but assume that's going to go down by half its price. Selling at $2.49. I mean, I think I'm doing 70 cents to $1. Now you might say, but Hedge, it's a collection. Yeah, 2 wooden doors. Yeah, okay, maybe we'll see the garage door, the friendly one that is. Maybe we'll see some double doors, some wooden double doors or something, maybe like a rug, a sleeping bag. I don't fully know, but I don't think it's going to salvage that garage door, I'm afraid. There will be more garage doors. There are a lot of Easter garage doors, and we have at least 2 weeks of Easter coming up, all right? So, yeah, don't be surprised if we see even more garage doors. Don't be surprised if people just fall off with their interest from that and whatnot. Like, I worry for it. I'm questioning it a lot, and I think I'm just going to stick with doing 70 cents to $1 for that one. I have no faith. I have no confidence. Very sorry to say. Okay, so let's move on. Popstar Thompson, you have sold a very reasonable amount. By tomorrow, probably go up to about 20,500 subscribers, maybe. We shall see. Now, Popstar Collection has done quite nicely. The anime girls, they are looking ever so fine and cute, and I'm going to destroy everybody with them. But more specifically, with the arrival of the Thompson, the AK has bounced back up again. Currently, basically evens at the moment. Not too bad. Not only 55 quantity on the Steam market. Not too shabby. Oh, it's gone down a little bit. Oh, stragglers. Oh, yippee. SUMM's not always super up to date, unfortunately, but the point still remains, it was cheaper, it has regained some value. The LR300 is an LR300, we don't talk about them. So here's the point, if we continue to see more and more of these skins being produced and accepted, well, we shall see. But yeah, I think the Thompson's probably going to work out quite nicely. Yes, it's sold quite a fair bit compared to other Thompsons as well. It's definitely one of the higher selling ones. So take a quick look at this based on the subscriber counts, and what do you see? It's in the upper bracket. So over here, there's plenty more all down below of less sales, but this, it's not top 10, but it's close. All right, I think it's top 12. Right then, so, okay. That can work out quite nicely, I do believe, but more specifically, I've got to bring this up. Early in the year, we had the Abyss Thompson. That did over 21,000 subscribers. That was part of a fairly in-demand collection. That did go down on price. Do not be surprised if Popstar Thompson does go, dip down for a bit. I don't think it'll go dramatically down bad. I really don't think it'll end up becoming like the cheapest one. So let's just go take a look at this. What is the cheapest Thompson currently in the game right now? It is $1.11, the Chocolate Hunter Thompson, a Christmas-themed skin. So, okay, fair enough. So, all right. My point of view is, I wouldn't be surprised if the skin creator keeps at it. I wouldn't be surprised if he starts dabbling into other things, more deplorables. Just to point out, he has attempted to do some large boxes in the past. Wasn't accepted back then. Hey, he could just resubmit and see what happens next. There was also a backpack. Are we going to get clothing and armor skins eventually? Are we going to get Anime Girl Tier 3? You know, that face mask of her just running around. People would actually love that. They'll sit there and say they won't want it. Oh, but they will be buying it. The mouth says no, but the hands have already bought 100. Those wicked, wicked hands. So, anyway, yeah, I think people are approving. Just last week, we had the AK, sold very nicely, doing a very good job of retaining its price, by the way. So, as you can see here, sold at $3.49, currently $4, but the bars have built up quite nicely. So, yes, people do approve of the anime skins, and I think they'd say yes to more anime Popstar theme skins. Okay, cool. So, what price am I going to suggest for that? Well, I am expecting a bit of a drop off. I don't really know how low it's going to go. If it's going to be like perfectly the same as the Popstar Thompson, well, I think we'll probably do $1.20 to $1.80. So I can't help but assume the lowest price would probably be around $2, but then again, with $1.80 barter, you'd still pick them up for just a bit cheaper. So, okay, yeah, if you have a lot of faith in the Popstar Thompson, feel free to offer more. I think it's going to be one of the skins that performs better out the whole set. But how far will it go? We shall see, all right? So, Popstar Thompson, got some faith in that 12 point. Curious, I'm going to put down a decent buy order. But let's move on. Black Paladin hoodie and pants. So, okay, potential on the horizon. We will see a continuation. Has anyone asked? I think they have. And they've asked perfect sets. Like they're obviously insinuating, hey, buddy, can you make some more? I wouldn't be surprised if we do see that. And just to quickly remind all of you, yes, he has already made Tier 3 in the past. A resubmission, an updated version as a version 2. We shall see. Now, also, this has not reached the 12,000 subscribers I was expecting. But by tomorrow, it very likely will. 12,000 subscribers? Not that much. But then again, if you were to compare this to like the recent Tire Tier 2 we had, that still sold less than this. And this is the other active black clothing and armor set at the moment. So if you take that into consideration, will it successfully go all the way and get many other skins accepted? Tier 2, Tier 3, boots and gloves? I mean, if it happens, that's spiking them on, spiking them price. But we have Easter in the way. 2 weeks of Easter. We're not seeing a collection continuation for this for a while now, and you have to respect that other people exist and they tend to dump, and this is probably going to be one of the reasons why they dump. If they don't get that instant continuation or see any signs of it, they're dumping. That price is very likely going down over the course of the next 2 weeks. Very sorry to say, but I've seen it happen before. But again, if it gets real cheap and you pick them up for those cheap prices, and then you see the continuation appear, that'll be spiking on, spiking price ever so nice, and you'll be walking away with some sweet, delicious profit. So, how am I going to approach this? I think 70 cents to $1. Yep, I can see it dropping off. I'm not 100% convinced. I would like to see a continuation, but nothing is guaranteed, all right? It's my assumption. I assume we are very likely going to see more attempts being made for the other pieces, more specifically Tier 3, for example. If we do see it, the assumption is, and it's a strong assumption, that will be going up in price quite nicely, all right? But that's an if, you know? Maybe Tire Collection doesn't get any continuations from now on. Maybe that doesn't. It's happened in the past. So, okay. We'll keep an eye on this over the course of the next 2 or so weeks, because we want to see if there's more of that Black Paladin set, of course, but can't do much about it now. So, if other people are probably going to dump, you probably want to just stick with a lower price buy order. Cool, so we'll leave it at that. 70 cents to $1. Señor Tomato? Someone was complaining about this on YouTube. Tomato, good sir. There are different ways in which you can pronounce it, and they're all correct. So shut up. Señor Tomato. All right, there you go. You happy? So anyway, Señor Tomato door. Can't help but assume it's going to go down in price regardless. We've been in this position before with a collection. So, what did we see? Harbour Seal door. Very similar in terms of its straightforward non-glowing design, which you'll see in a second. And there we go. Yeah, it's just the bottom right here. $2. Now sells on the Steam market at $1.08. This right here, $2. And well, what do you reckon is going to happen next? Now, just to point out, that did 12,000 subscribers, which isn't a ridiculous amount. This right here, oh, look, it's getting very close to 12,000 subscribers. So I'm very sorry to say, but I just can't help but assume that's going to end up like exactly like the Harbour Seal door. I think I'm just going to do 70 cents to 90 cents. It's a funny, nice-looking door, but then again, it doesn't glow. We don't have that many skins because we only have the other rock, don't we? I'm aware that hammer was submitted. That right there, I'm questioning, I'm thinking, sheep metal doors. Sheep metal doors. How many have come out this year that are actually positive? Number one, we haven't had that many, but none of them. Take a look at that. Yeah. Now, B metal door, that was a bit of a surprise. If I could just quickly go ahead and take a look at this in the Steam market. As you can see, it's actually done a very good job. It's been going up in price. I was very unsure about this door, but it has actually worked out quite nicely. Bilders are starting to appear and build up and whatnot. Like, there are other skins that can compare to this, and you might sit there and say, do a better job. The cheaper ones as well, you might just sit and say, I'd rather save some money. But no, that actually has done good, and I'm happy to see it. And I played it too safe in that one. I could go back and do more bilders. Anyway, that's actually looking like it's doing all right. This has no transparency. This has no glow in the dark. It's just a tomato. It's just a tomato. There you go. I'm looking at that and I'm thinking, yeah, actually, you know what? I might roll it back a little bit more. 60 cents to 80 cents. Yep. It's goofy. It's silly. Yeah, by all means, if you like it, buy, use it, enjoy it. Support the skin creator. Keep them nice and motivated to keep wanting to put out nice creative designs in the future. That right there, a sheep middle door, ain't it? If it was a sheep middle double door, you know, big bulgy eyes and like two separate doors, okay, yeah, no, I'd think that would do better because sheep middle double doors do better. It's very straightforward. So, okay, yeah, it's unfortunate. But I just can't help but assume it's going to go down in price. And you'll see listings going down and down and down. Cheap the doors, not very good in terms of retaining their value. So moving on. Speaking of skins that don't do a very good job of retaining their value, pickaxes, hatchets, we've already said this when we looked at them with the rust rotation and the predictions video. Yet they're all down to basically $1. Very unfortunate, but that just keeps happening over and over and over and over and over again. Same with the hatchets. There is that Wasteland hatchet that's doing a little bit better, but that's being manipulated, isn't it? Also, noticing Rebirth hatchets suddenly getting bought out as well. But point remains, $1.17, $1.04, $1.10, $1.17, 95 cents, $1.05, 98 cents, $1, 1. Yeah, you get the idea. So that's just going to be a 60 cents to 80 cent builder. I'm very sorry to say, but it just feels like an inevitability. Yep, it's only done just barely over 10,000 subscribers. Most likely doesn't matter. In fact, what we could also do is to take a look at all the hatchets, look and see how many have sold in the past, and you can see how the other skins are doing, are close to it, so high subscribers. And, oh, there you go, it's just in the upper half. Look at all these other skins around it. 99 cents, 87 cents, 97 cents, $1.04, $1.05. That is actually doing a little bit better, but still $1.50. That's actually doing quite a fair bit better. That's actually at $2.39. 87 cents, $2.14. Like, some of them actually have done all quite all right, but they're still down in price. These aren't likely going to do a good job retaining their price. It's not because of the skin, it's because of what they are. It's unfortunate, but that pattern just keeps on repeating, it seems. So 60 cents to 80 cents. Then we have Ultramarine Locker. Now this is the one thing I'm very curious about. This was the skin that I assumed would be the best thing to chase after with my predictions video. This is now currently the lowest selling Ultramarine skin that we have in this full collection here. The Ultramarine collection is in demand. It is right now it's the first week of April still. Actually, no, it's the second week. Yes. We're almost halfway. Let's go with that. Cool, Hedge, you're really off. Anyway. Basically, the point I'm trying to get across is prices should be down pretty bad for most skins in general at the moment. Does that look like it's struggling? No. Okay, what's that going to look like? What is that going to look like when we're in the middle of summer of 2025? During the summer of 2025, I can't help to assume that it might be doing a fair bit better. You know, just an assumption. Basically, you might question lockers a lot, and I don't blame you, because if you've seen the state of these as of recent, it's not looking super pretty, is it? Yeah, so many of them down in price. But do you reckon this will simply get held up purely based on the fact that it's part of a very well-established and in-demand collection, and it is the lowest, the lowest selling so far, so lowest subscribers, there you go. We might see another 500 subscribers and probably just about surpass the chest plate. I don't think so, but we'll see. But yeah, that locker, that is looking pretty cool. At $2.49, I am questioning it quite a fair bit. I might do $1.50 to $2. Like, in terms of the recent lockers that we've seen, we've got Beauty Industry Locker at $2.21, not down too bad, but still went down. You've got the Lunar New Year skin, all right, you know, it's a holiday themed skin, it's down by 43%. Christmas last year, Frosty's Locker, yeah, again, down by a fair bit, but it's for, you know, for a holiday, so I wouldn't be surprised that bounces back up for the Christmas this year, just saying. Anyway, we've also had Twitch drops. We've got the Wobbles Locker, we've got the Wilnef Locker. Do people feel the need to actually get a brand new locker? Well, if they like Ultramarine, they're probably going to need it, all right? How often are you using lockers yourself? Feel free to comment below. I'd love to hear it. So overall, I'm looking at this with a fair bit of optimism. I'm still a bit unsure, but I'm still going to do $1.50 to $2. Close to the $2.49 price, but not too close. So we'll see how that develops as time goes on. But with barely over 10,000 subscribers at the moment, it's only looking like more of a positive. Not too many of them have been bought. All the better for them to rise up in price in the future, especially if we see more deplorables being made for this collection. All right? So, okay, looking promising. Then we have the one and only skin that is not abnormal this week, the Adobe Wooden Door. I'm just going to sit here and say I'm not going to bother chasing after it. But if you really wanted to, you could just probably offer like 50 cents. Honestly, guys, you could offer 50 cents and I will not be surprised in the slightest if you actually manage to pick up a bunch of them. So many wooden doors have been accepted over the past several years and hardly any of them doing all right. These two are getting bought out for some strange reason. They might be beginning to have a bit of a manipulation, so you've been informed. So yeah, overall that, 50 cents. I don't really see the appeal, sorry to say, but I don't think other people see it either, so I don't think that'll be holding up. I wouldn't be surprised if it drops off pretty hard, so okay, fair enough. Well then, overall, it's a bit quiet. It's a bit not too optimistic. I'm being very realistic with the situation and whatnot. So, okay, cool. Buy orders, enjoy Easter, and then afterwards we'll see if we get any interesting collection continuations. That's what we should, respect. Cool. Right then, so is there anything else that we should point out? Well, tomorrow it is expected that we are going to have the actual Easter content being added, and we are also expecting the first Easter Rustle tomorrow as well. With the content being added tomorrow, with the proposed Easter update tomorrow, I think we're going to see an early rush rotation. No guarantees. Don't be surprised if it's an early rotation tomorrow, but if it isn't, all right, fair enough. Like, I will be on stream. Look in the description, you'll see links to all my socials, most importantly my Twitch. I will be here. I'll be ready to show off those Easter skins. But just to remind all of you, the items might be interesting, but the skins, if you like them, by all means, buy them, use them, enjoy them. But don't look at them as investments. People do not care about Easter, all right? Very sorry to say. But just take one quick look at Easter skins of the past. And yeah, you might see like one or maybe two doing all right. But everything else... Oh, that's been bought out. I think people are anticipating the backpack, perhaps. Yeah, I have actually made a video showcasing some collection continuations. So get a good look at this. We have a backpack right there. But to get a much better look, if we could just hop over to here. Yes, I recorded it all today. It's only 17 minutes long. It's all chaptered with workshop links. I have every single collection continuation that you can see in the Easter 2025 contest collection. Remember, it's made by TGG. Feel free to go ahead and say thank you to him. But yeah, almost 200 Easter skins were submitted. Which ones will be accepted? I'll be honest with you, I just point out, whilst we are by default expecting 2 weeks of Easter, would you be surprised with the possibility of 3 weeks of Easter? We did have 3 weeks of Halloween and Christmas last year. I'm going to keep pinging it up. We have to be prepared for the possibility. But by default, I'm just going to sit here and say, when it comes to Easter skins, don't worry too much. Down in price. Oh, that's actually doing a little bit better. Okay, fair enough. Sweet treat, Booney. I should have recognised it. And the Easter, oh wow, that's getting bought out. Again, that skin looks like it's going to be, some sort of manipulation's going on there. But that one, okay, I didn't notice that. But overall, I'm still standing by my point. It still looks like they're not going to hold up very nicely. That's 2023, by the way. I didn't realise. This is 2024, and you'll see this. Here you go. So the hammer's doing all right. We know that because we hardly get any hammers. But then down a price. Point made. Yes. So we'll obviously see that tomorrow, and we'll see all the skins, and I'll go through the same routine all over again. But you're probably just going to end up saving your wallet. Maybe you might spend $10 on a horse costume because it looks goofy and you need it in your life. But overall, the skins itself, you could just pick them all up with a cheap barter. Do not be surprised if it pulls off very nicely. So, cool. Right, is there anything else that we need to address? Well, if you've been keeping an eye on the commits, we've been noticing some interesting things being mentioned. I should give credit to Protox because I didn't notice this until he tweeted it. But yeah, looks like we're getting some wooden armor gloves. Okay, I mean, let's see if that becomes skinnable. How's that going to look? Some more primitive armor. I don't think people are going to complain about that. And over to here, we've got the Cocoa Knight Armor DLC being mentioned. And again, thank you to Protox for pointing this out. Now, I was fully well aware of this when it first got mentioned, like over a month ago. We had no idea what this was going to be. Cocoa probably would imply coconut or chocolate. I don't know. But with this upcoming Aztec DLC pack that we've basically assumed is going to be a special DLC which will come out with the release of the jungle update. Maybe this is part of it. Maybe it's its own completely different thing. We'll find out as time goes on. Keep an eye on the commits. We don't even know what it looks like yet, but it's probably coconut armor. We'll find out. Oh yes, oh yes. Now, if I could also just quickly point this out to you, micro522.com. Let's just quickly refresh. And let's just give you a nice little insight for the skins that have been submitted as of recent for Easter. And what are the top performing skins? Easter Chick Rock, Easter Chick Fridge, Easter Bunny Girl, Rooster Mask, Carrot Combat Knife Light. Some very interesting designs have been submitted. Look at the description, you'll see a link to micro522.com. You'll see the top scoring skins by default, but you could probably search based on like upvote to downvote ratio. And then there you go. Now it's Easter Chocolate Wooden Door, Easter Bunny Girl, Rooster Mask. And there is another skin that I need to talk about right now as well, but let's just get the point across. Loads of Easter skins. Look at this in your own time, and of course, make considerations for what you potentially would like to see being accepted in tomorrow's Rust Door. This right here is not an Easter skin, but maybe we might still see it in an Easter Rust Door. I'm sure many of you are fully well aware that every 3 to 4 months we get a bombshell skin being accepted. Mr. TTG now has a Python, and oh, look, it has the exact same aim sight as the Redemption Python and the Blackout Python. Ha! So if you've seen Python skins in general, they are not doing very nicely at the moment. They do not really retain their value. But Redemption is, and Blackout is worth $11 at the moment. I can't help but assume a lot of people probably appreciate this, and I've actually made a short video showcasing it. So if you just hop over to the YouTube, and you'll see it right there. There you go. Bombshell Python, transparent aim sight. You can't see the aim sight part. But yeah, give that a good look. That is definitely going to be accepted. When? Don't currently know. It could probably still be inserted in the Easter Rust Doors. Maybe it's not coming out until the end of the month, but it's coming. It's 100% guaranteed. So now you know. And one final extra little thing to point out. The You Trust charity event did reach its goal, $8,008.50. Congratulations, Bicker. Thank you very much for inviting me once again. And I will have a lovely little video showcasing my time in preparing for the event and during the event. So that'd be a nice thing for you to look forward to, I'm sure. Right then, so we've basically talked about everything that needed to be said. We've got the prices. So shall we now go ahead and skip ahead and do those buy orders? All I see is this. All I see is this. This isn't helpful. This isn't helpful whatsoever. Well, it's apparently 1 o'clock in the morning now, so, all right. Thanks, Microsoft. Super helpful. Come on. Load it up. Load it up for me. Popstar Thompson, thank ye. Oh, I never did that. Oh, no. Oh, still ain't got the locker. That's fine. Well, there you go. I wasn't fully prepared, and I suffered because of it. A lesson has been learned today, people. Do better than me. Oh, God. I had to change that afterwards, I guess. Oh, no. How could it have gone so bad so quickly? Oh, you're offering a fair bit. You are offering a fair bit. I hope you're prepared to pick those up. Let's get my cheapo barders down for the tools. There you are. Yeah, a reasonable amount about a bit down there. Not friendly garage door. There's the sheet metal door. Let's see if I pick up any for 70 cents straight. And there's the garage door. Right, so I fumbled that with the first buy order. So in the future, if you have a brand new account, make sure you do like a practice buy order beforehand, because that might happen to you. And I look very stupid there, and I missed out probably in a good buy order. So, right, let's go ahead and look at the abnormal buy order support. All right, so it's been a considerable amount of time. Let's go ahead and take a look at all the skins. Look at the abnormal buy order support. Right then, so there's an issue. Every single skin has this weird sort of problem that I cannot see actual listings. I can only see the buy orders. We've seen this happen in the past where it led to issues, because if people cannot actually list their skins, right, people are going to only sell to the highest buy orders, and it's going to cause many skins to just crash in value. Go take a look at the the bombshell armored door and the redemption AK-47. Two very interesting looking skins when they first came out, but because you could not list any for about a week and a half, everybody just like dumped on the high buy order prices. It had no support, and their prices have never recovered. So let's hope that doesn't happen. We've seen this happen somewhat recently again, but then like after about half a day it fixed itself. So by the time you're watching this video, go take a look and see yourself on the Steam market. Is it fixed? Feel free to comment below. I wouldn't be surprised if it's fixed, but if it isn't, panic. So Ultramarine Locker, your buy orders looking pretty good, going all the way up to $2. I am the $2 buy order. Plenty of barders halfway, $1.50. So yeah, honestly, if you wanted to go buy some for yourself, I don't blame you. Like, I can't help to assume it's going to be carried with the rest of the collection, because that collection is in demand. And if everybody wants like a full collection, they're going to need that as well, right? So, didn't sell that much. Don't expect a ton of listings in the Steam market. Very curious. Let's see how that turns out. So moving on over to here, we have the Popstar Thompson, again another $2.49 skin, and it does have buy orders going up to $2 as well. Now I am the $2 buy order. I might bring that down. I've got to keep an eye on that. I'm a little bit concerned. But overall, at the end of the day, if you wanted to pick one of these up for yourself for a cheaper price, yeah, $2 buy order would work out perfectly fine. I honestly believe that would be a-okay. So, alright then. Not too bad, but I think you still want to stick with doing a buy order. I think you can pick this up for cheaper. Much like what we saw with the Abyss Thompson, I think the same thing's going to happen to that. So we'll see how that turns out. But more Popstar skins being produced and accepted, all the better for that. Yes, even as a weapon-only collection, it could still work out reasonably okay. So, alright, cool. Black Paladin hoodie and pants, well, we need to see more of it, but we have Easter in the way. It's a $2 skin, and the buy orders are only going up to $1.26 on both of them. So, yeah, if you want to pick these up for a cheaper price, put down a $1.50 buy order. You'll most likely pick these up over the course of the next 2 weeks. But after Easter, will we see Black Paladin Tier 2? A remade version? A version 2 for the Tier 3? Boots and gloves? Who knows? But if we do, and if it gets accepted, that will be sparkling on sparkling price. Both of them. So, alright. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it drops over the course of the next 2 weeks. Fully expecting it, so be wary if you have put a buy order down. With the not friendly clan garage store, well, buy orders only got up to $1.50. I can't help but assume this guy might remove his buy order, because I can't help but assume he'll probably get dumped on. Sorry to say, but it wouldn't surprise me. After that, plenty of buy orders around $1 and less. So many at less. So yeah, not a lot of people have a lot of faith in this, unfortunately. It doesn't look like it's going to retain its price. I wouldn't be surprised if it drops up below $2.49, of course. So yeah. Over to here, Señor Tomato. Anyway, shut up. So, yeah, this is also a $2 skin. Note, the buy orders aren't getting anywhere close. Yes, you're better off with a buy order. $1.50, say 50 cents. Wouldn't be surprised if it works out quite nicely for you, but it still might go down in price afterwards. Señor Tomato does have another skin on the workshop, but it won't be getting accepted anytime soon. So, we'll see if it progresses into a much bigger collection, but as of now, it is just a rock. It is just a sheet metal door. Sorry. So, not exactly perfect. Over here we have the tools, and yeah, barders basically stop at around $1. Someone's gone ahead and done a $1.22 barter in these. I don't know what he's up to. I think it might be someone who automated their buy orders. Let's just put it that way. So overall, yeah, a lot of people just expecting it to be like a 60-cent, 20-cent type of situation, and I am one of them, and I wouldn't be surprised that works out exactly that way. So yeah, there you go. If you truly wanted these, you could put down a $1 barter. Lo and behold, you get it for $1 cheaper, because yes, that has happened to every single hatchet and pickaxe skin over the past few years. Some have performed a little bit better. All right, well, in all fairness, that is true. But they were also hatchet and tool skins, hatchet and pickaxe skins that probably sold at a higher price as well. So they lost maybe $1 of their value, but it still went down. That's the point. So yes, Lowball Barter seems to be perfectly fine. So out of all the skins that we have here, honestly, it only looks like the locker. Only the locker appears to be interesting, but you could probably still just stick with doing a barter. So nice looking skins, and let's hope this gets fixed by tomorrow. I mean, quick refresh, is it fixed now? No. So yeah, bit awkward, but if you just wait a little bit, I'm sure it'll get fixed eventually. And if it isn't, then we get to panic. All right, then we get to panic. Right, so just to reiterate, my expectation for tomorrow, there is a possibility that it might be an early rust rotation tomorrow. With the release of the Easter update, maybe they release the rust store just before or at the same time, or maybe as per usual they'll just wait it out like normal. So probably most likely between 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. London time tomorrow. That is the expectation. Figure out your time zones, make comparisons. But yeah, Easter skins. Which ones will be picked? You tell me. There's so many skins there. I'll have the collection linked in the description. Go take a look right now. And give this all a good look. Almost 200 skins, but which ones speak to you? Which ones do you think have a genuinely good chance of potentially being accepted? Feel free to comment below. But if you get a nice little preview of at least all the collection continuations, once again, consider hopping over to my YouTube. You'll see my most recent Rust Easter 2025 workshop skin checks. Only 17 minutes long, but I also showcase the brand new horse costume and the cerulean blue Rustager egg. So yeah, a nice little showcase. And that is it. That is everything. So thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much to everyone who donated to Rust. And we'll just see how this all turns out now. So let's just get back up to the position. Pull back. I will sit here and say one more final thing. Player count, it is starting to drop off a little bit more so. We might dip below 100,000 for this month. It's not the end of the world. But at the very least, if this is truly the lowest point, then maybe we can start properly looking forward to the summer now. This is the final last hurdle. May, June, July. I'll expect more and more and more people appearing. And with that jungle update on the horizon, don't know when it's actually coming out yet, but it's definitely the thing that's being focused the most at the moment. Things are looking very interesting, and I know a lot of people are going to want to jump into that. So stay positive, keep your head up, and we'll see what happens next, all right? So have fun. Let's see what gets accepted tomorrow. Thank you very much for watching. I greatly appreciate it. Catch you later. See you. Goodbye.